So this rather interesting incident occurred to me, or happened to me, on the way out to the lighthouse the other day, where I was ambushed or sabotaged by my own elephant. My question to you is, are you aware that you have an elephant within you? And if you are, how well tamed is he or she? I will of course explain what I mean by this, but first we need to set up what actually happened. So here I am paddling out in calm weather, and it just so happened that my paddle leash was too long and it was getting in my way and annoying me, so I decided to remove it. So it ended up being a much warmer day than I anticipated, so I started thinking about needing to take a dip in order to cool down. And topmost in my mind is the consideration that since I do not have a paddle leash, I need to hold onto my paddle firmly when I go in. Those gunshots that you can hear are coming from the firing range located in the quarry between Fishhook and Glencairn Beach. Here I am, nervously looking around before taking a swim. Like most of us, I suspect I don't mind the occasional swim, but I do not like getting in the water voluntarily, and I really take my hat off to all open water swimmers. Did you notice what happened as soon as I got into the water? Check it out again in slow-mo. Yep, sure as nuts, I let go of my paddle, even though a minute before this I had told myself that I needed to hold onto it, and I do so because this has been my practice for the last 4 years, because I've always been leashed up and did not need to hold onto my paddle. Simply speaking, what has happened is that because I'm under stress from potential attack by the non-existent great whites, my rational conscious mind has been completely subverted by my subconscious emotional mind. My body has responded autonomically by following neural pathways that have been deeply rutted by my having done literally hundreds of remounts over the last 4 years. My labeling of the subconscious mind as one's resident elephant is not an original concept of mine. I borrowed it from the author Jonathan Haidt, the author of The Happiness Hypothesis. This duality of the mind is also explored in the fantastic book Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman, who is the winner of the Nobel Prize for Economics. The elephant is referred to as System 1, and the conscious rational mind is referred to as System 2. The characteristics of System 2, or the rational mind, this is where we do all our conscious thinking, planning and analyzing. Are that it takes immense amount of effort, it's reflective, it's logical, it's highly energy intensive, and it requires lots of attention. Whereas System 1, which is your autonomic or subconscious processes, is automatic, it's effortless, it's on the go the whole time, it's emotional, it's pattern based. A couple of examples of everyday System 1 thinking in action are: the car in front of you stops and you immediately slam on brakes. That's System 1 pattern recognition, keeping you safe. Or alternatively, you glance at a friend or a colleague and you immediately can see that they're irritated. You haven't engaged in any deliberate analysis. Again, this is an example of immediate intuitive pattern recognition at work. I love the metaphor of the small rider and the huge elephant as used by Jonathan Haidt, as it neatly inverts the typical Western perspective of how we see these two parts of the mind operating. The Western perspective views the rational, logical, conscious mind as being the one that is dominant and is in charge, whereas in fact the much larger elephant, System 1, is most often the determinant of how we behave in any given situation. System 1, the elephant, is the home of our values, our beliefs, and our dominant views of the world, and it has been formed over many, many years by our life experience. Simply put, the character that you are today is the cumulative function of everything that you've ever thought, said, experienced or done in your life. And the more frequently you think or say or do or experience something, the more strongly that's going to show up in your character. your character is in fact your System 1, and he is your elephant. The most extreme example of this is that of addictive behavior, where the individual becomes prisoner to those deeply rutted neural pathways embedded in the System 1, no matter how much consideration is given in System 2 of rational thought to the need for change. Understanding System 1 and System 2 has huge implications for individual growth, for leadership mastery, and indeed for Surfski safety, where much is determined by how we process and respond to risk. And so I'll be exploring this theme of System 1 and System 2 in an upcoming Surfski safety video, where I explore all the mistakes I've ever made, and I'll also be exploring it further in upcoming father-son life lesson videos.